Dear friends, welcome to e-content developed on session 9 Victorian Literature Part 2 BA Optional English 5th semester Davangere University. In this session, I am going to teach Hopkins poem The Windover. Recap. In the early session, we discussed about Victorian poetry. In the later session, it means in the previous session, we have been discussed G.M. Hopkins' biography and G.M. Hopkins as a poet. Learning objectives. To understand the concept of sprung rhythm, to help them to understand the poem The Windover. Session outcomes. Students will be able to understand the concept of sprung rhythm. Students will be able to understand the poem The Windover. This session includes contents like this: sprung rhythm, introduction of the poem, summary of the poem, MCQs, assignments, and references. Now, sprung rhythm. Hopkins called his own rhythmic structure sprung rhythm. The structure is based on repeating groups of 2 or 3 syllables, with the stressed syllable falling in the same place on each repetition. The Windover is written in sprung rhythm, which is a poetic rhythm designed to imitate the rhythm of natural speech. Poem The Windover, written by G.M. Hopkins. Now I read the poem. I caught this morning's minion, kingdom of daylights, dauphin, dapple, dawn, drawn, falcon, and his riding, of the rolling level underneath him steady hair and stirring, high there, how he rang upon the rein of wimpling wing, in his ecstasy, than of a fourth on swing. As a skate's heel sweeps smooth on a bowbend, the hurl and gliding rebuffed the big wind. My heart in riding stirred for a bird, the achieve of the mastery of the thing. Brute beauty and valor and act, ho, air, pride, plume, here, buckle, and the fire that breaks from thee than a billion times told lovelier, more dangerous, O my chevalier, no wonder of it. Sheer plod makes pluff dawn cillian, shine and blue bleak embers. Ha, my dear, fall, gull them shells and gash gold vermilion. Now, introduction of the poem. This is a semi romantic religious poem dedicated to Christ. It is sonnet in the Italian form, was composed on May 30 in 1877. Hopkins called it The Windover the best thing ever wrote. The speaker of the poem describes a bird which he saw flying in the sky like in a romantic poem. That morning the speaker had been out at dawn. Now, summary of the poem. The first stanza of the poem is a description of the different tricks of the bird's flight. In the second stanza, the speaker remembers the beauty of Christ and says that he is a billion times loveliest. In the last stanza, associatively brings together unrelated words, each telling something about Christ and his suffering and sacrifice for human beings. The windower is a bird with the rare ability to hover in the air. The poet describes how he saw one of these birds in the midst of his hovering. The bird strikes the poet as the darling minion of the morning, the crown prince, dauphin of the kingdom of daylight, dawned by the dappled colors of dawn. It rides the air as if were on horseback, moving with steady control like a rider whose hold on the rein is sure and firm. Its motion is controlled and suspended in an ecstatic moment of concentrated energy. In the next moment, the bird is off again, like an ice skater balancing forces as he makes a turn. The bird, first matching the wind's force in order to stay still, now rebuffs the big wind with its forward propulsion. At the same moment, the poet feels his own heart surge forward out of hiding, moved by the achieve of the mastery of the bird's performance. The beauty, valor, and act like air, pride, and plume in the bird, either a fastening like the buckling of a belt, a coming together of these different parts of a creature's being, a submissive collapse like the buckling of the knees, in which all parts subordinate themselves into some larger purpose or cause. In either case, unification takes place. At the moment of this integration, a glorious fire issues forth, like the glory of Christ's life and crucifixion, though not as grand. It is stirring of the individual of a religious life that serves to bring out his or her inner glow, as in the daily use of a metal flaw. Instead of wearing it down, actually polishes it. Thus, the individual life will sparkle and shine. Now, I conclude this poem now. For your reference, we have MCQs. We will see one by one. First question, sprung rhythm is a dash. Options, rhythmic structure, structure, lyric, technique. Answer is rhythmic structure. Second question, what did Hopkins call his new meter? Options, hexameter, sprung rhythm, rhythm, alliteration. Answer, sprung rhythm. Third question, to whom did Hopkins dedicate the Windhover? Options, Mary, Peter, Moses, Christ. Answer is Christ. Fourth question, what time of day does the poem take place? Options, in the morning, in the afternoon, at dusk, on the way to home. Answer, in the morning. Fifth question, what is a windower? Options, a fancy vacuum cleaner, a kind of falcon that can hover in the wind, helicopter, a kind of bat. Answer is a kind of falcon that can hover on the wind. Finally, here we have assignments. Please attend these questions. References, site source, Wikipedia, then two texts here. That same as G.M. Hopkins selected poems, a critical evaluation, unique publisher 2015, Albert Edward, History of English Literature, Oxford University Press 2013. Thank you.